I decided to do a presentation over the artist Takashi Murakami. Takashi was my first pick because I love how his art breaks the mold of tradition and also has more underlying meanings to its bright exterior. As I said at the beginning, his name is Takashi Murakami. His date of birth is February 1st, 1962. His place of birth is Tokyo, Japan, and date of death, he's actually currently alive. Takashi Murakami began his career in Japan in the late 1980s and early 1990s. But much of his significant work and fame developed globally, particularly in New York, Los Angeles, and Paris from the early 2000s and onward. He established Kaikai Kiki Co., a production and artist management company that also runs galleries and produces merchandise. His creative studio is based in Tokyo, but he frequently collaborates with international brands and institutions, blending Japanese tradition with global pop culture. Takashi originally trained in Nihonga, a traditional Japanese painting style, at the Tokyo University of the Arts, where he earned a PhD in Nihonga. Though he mastered this traditional method, he became let down with its limitations in the contemporary art world. He turned instead towards manga, anime, and pop culture by developing his unique style that combines high art, which is traditional fine art, and low art, which is pop culture, cartoons, and advertisements, and mix them together. Takashi coined the term superflat, a postmodern art movement that critiques consumerism, pop culture, and the flattening of distinction between high and low art. His style is characterized by vivid colors, two-dimensional imagery, and a blend of traditional Japanese motifs with contemporary themes. Now we will be getting into some of Takashi's work and what they mean. This piece is called 727 and it was made in 1996. It is one of Takashi's early signature works. It features his iconic character, Mr. Dobb, a creature that embodies both consumer culture and artistic identity. The background resembles a traditional Japanese painting, while the character itself evokes American and Japanese mascot culture. This critiques the emptiness of branding and the commercialization of identity. These pieces are called And Then, and Then, and Then, and Then, and Then, made in 1996 to the 2000s, a series of colorful prints that show the Mr. Dobb character morphing into different expressions, moods, and representations of art forms. This repetition and mutation reflects themes of identity fragmentation, mass production, and personality branding in the digital age. This piece is called The Castle of Tintin, made in 1998. It's a dense, detailed psychedelic painting with thousands of figures and patterns. It mirrors Buddhist mandalas. The work suggests reincarnation, endless cycles of consumption, and the spiritual void in modern culture. Takashi uses it to merge spirituality and chaos with tradition and modernity. This piece is called Daub in the Strange Forest. It was made in 1999. This piece is a surreal landscape sculpture filled with mutated mushroom shaped creatures and the iconic Daub character. It explores fear, growth, and alienation, showing how cuteness can turn creepy when overexposed. The work mixes natural forms with artificial color to highlight how we distort reality. This piece is called Flowers, made from the 2000s to the present. Perhaps Takashi's most recognizable works, these cheery, multicolored, smiling flowers symbolize superficial happiness and innocence. But behind their kawaii facade, the flowers hint at emotional emptiness and consumerism. They're often interpreted as commentary on how people mask real emotions behind forced joy. This piece is called Time Boken Red Skull, made in 2001. This skull themed work plays off of a Japanese anime series called Time Boken. Takashi overlays traditional skull imagery with cartoony colors and pop culture references. It suggests the inevitability of death within a culture obsessed with youth, fun, and materialism. This piece is called Flower Montegro. It blends his iconic smiling flowers with monstrous biomorphic forms, creating a tension between cuteness and chaos. This piece is a commentary on consumer culture, the clash of innocence and horror, and Japanese post war identity. Inspired by both anime aesthetics and historical trauma, the work references the 1963 Japanese horror film Montegro, which explores themes of transformation and loss of humanity. Takashi fuses vibrant pop art with darker undertones to reflect how superficial happiness can mask deeper fears, making Flower Montegro a striking critique of modern media, cultural memory, and the commodification of joy. This piece is called Tantanbo Puking, also known as Girotan. It was made in 2002. It is a chaotic, enormous painting featuring a monstrous version of Mr. Dobb vomiting across the canvas. This nightmarish version of his mascot reflects the dark underbelly of pop culture, anxiety, and identity crisis. It is also packed with Japanese culture references and plays with scale and intensity. This piece is called Kaikai and Kiki News. It was made in 2002. This piece features his twin mascots, Kaikai and Kiki, cute yet eerie anime inspired characters. Embodying both innocence and menace, they symbolize the duality of cuteness and fear. Their names come from a traditional Japanese term for the strange yet beautiful, highlighting Takashi's fascination with contradiction. This piece is called Flower Ball. It was made in 2007. It is a spherical sculpture made up of smiling cartoon flowers in vivid colors. These flowers have become Takashi's most recognizable motifs. The endless smiles suggest forced happiness and the commodification of joy, poking at consumerism and Japanese kawaii culture. This piece is called I Know Not, I Know. It explores the duality of knowing and not knowing, blending Buddhist philosophy with contemporary pop aesthetics. This piece features skulls, which is a recurring motif in Takashi's work, and how it's surrounded by vibrant, chaotic patterns symbolizing impermanence and the complexity of existence. Drawing from memento mori traditions in Japanese spiritual thought, the work reflects on life, death, and the illusion of understanding. Takashi's use of bright colors contrasts with the macabre subject, emphasizing how modern culture often masks existential truths. The title itself suggests a paradox, inviting viewers to question the limits of perception, knowledge, and self awareness. Hashi Murakami is not just a visual artist, he's a cultural philosopher, businessman, and provocator. His work is often joyful at first glance, but beneath the colorful surfaces are deep critiques of society, identity, capitalism, and the erosion of meaning in a consumer driven world. He's one of the few artists who have successfully bridged the gap between the art world, fashion, and popular media, becoming a cultural icon himself. Whether it's through towering sculptures, vibrant paintings, or designer handbags, Takashi Murakami asks us to reconsider what art is, who it's from, and what it says about the world we live in.